Hello and welcome to Black Bear Atheist. Today I got more of Babylon B video for you, and they're supposed to be funny, and I guess to an extent this video is funny, but not in the way they want it to be. I think you'll get what I'm saying once we start watching the video.
I was raised in the church. I participated in youth group, went on multiple mission trips. I guess you could have called me an evangelical. But now, I'm an ex-evangelical, and my unique deconversion story that is exactly the same as every other deconversion story must be told.
So basically, the idea is that every evangelical, every basic deconstruction story, the conversion story, are the same as the other ones, which is not true, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, your life is unique and different from literally everybody else. Like, nobody's living the exact same life that you are living. So the idea itself is just stupid. And the conversion story, yeah, there's some similarities. Like when I watch other atheist YouTube channels, I'm like, yeah, I can relate to that story, but I'm not going, yeah, that's the exact same thing I went through. And every story and every angle, because there's some unique experience about it. There's some people that were youth pastors, and I was never really a youth pastor. I was just close to being one. So they're unique stories, and not every story that everybody have is the same.
I had a DTR with Jesus at a very young age. I loved him. I probably would have called him my boyfriend if I hadn't kissed dating goodbye. But then, a college professor asked me how a loving God could oppose homosexuality, and it occurred to me that I had never once thought about what I believed. And I
The professor part, that is just not true. I don't think most atheists converted through a professor telling them anything. I've been in colleges and no professor so far has talked about religion. Even in my history class where we study European history, the professor has not said anything bad about the religion. I've not said anything about religion. We just went on talking about history and things that happened and how religion developed in the European history. Nothing about, oh, convert to Christianity, convert to Islam. Nothing about any of that. In a history class, a professor that we're talking about religion did not try to convert me to an atheist or anything. And I believe the professor himself was a religious person. No convert, this is just made up.
abandoned my faith like that. Since then, I have learned all kinds of arguments against Christianity.
And I'm not gonna let that go. Abandon my faith like that. That wasn't what happened for majority of atheists and the story that I've heard. I'm not sure which story these people will be hearing, but that's not true. This is why I don't like Christian channels. They be packing so much and condensing so much bullshit into a 2 minute video that it will take you a while to even break down exactly what they're saying. No atheist is just like that. I did not want to live my faith, but I'm not gonna just believe in something when I don't believe in it. When I see that there actually is no evidence or reasonable way to even continue to believe in this, I'm not gonna continue like lying to myself about something that is clearly just not true. I mean, I did it for a while, going from a fundamentalist to being a more progressive, but at some point I have to be honest with myself. But it happened like that. Let's all laugh along to the joke.
Did you know that there are other religions? Explain that, Christians. Or did you know that some people have had bad experiences with people at church?
Yeah, while I was in church, I understand that there were other religion. Hell, I had friends that were Muslim in Nigeria. About 50% of the population are Muslim Of course, I had friends that were Muslim. I never thought there was anything wrong with it. Neither did I ever grasp the idea that they're all going to hell. I just thought I had the right way and the right religion. In a sense, because they were my friend and how I grew up, even though the church did teach something along the line that they all going to hell, I've always had the idea that they're probably also worshiping the same God, just calling it a different name. How could I think of people that were my friend also going to hell? So I came with the conclusion that they were worshiping the same God, but just in a different way, which I was okay with. It's an excuse, but it worked.
I'd love to hear the apologetics to explain that one. And I don't want to get too heady. I'm not sure how intellectual you want to get, but have you heard of science? If God was real, then...
Also, I don't think there's even a good place to pause all this bullshit. Also, the video that they just showed 2 seconds ago indicating that she's depressed as being an atheist. You can be depressed as being a Christian too. Like, depression is not like something that is exclusive to anyone. But again, let's laugh along with the jokes.
Why? Science. Science. Checkmate.
That doesn't make any sense, and I don't believe any atheist will make a dumb statement like that. Science, checkmate. But let's laugh along, people. This is so funny.
I just can't believe not a single other evangelical has ever thought about this, except for all those other ex-evangelicals who abandoned the faith in the exact same way. When I was a
Yeah, they thought about it and they make excuses for many of these things. Like I said, I made excuses to make myself feel better that my friends are not going to go to hell, but they're just worshiping the same God I'm worshiping in different ways. Even though I am in a church that believed that they were all gonna go to hell, I had a special thought and I thought, how would you even know that? Allah is just another name for God in, you know, Arabic. So they were probably worshiping the same God. Just because they think about it doesn't mean they actually think about it. They're just making excuses for what they believe. They come in with their own biased views, reading the Bible and making excuses for the part that supports slavery, for the part that see women as properties, and for the other crazy ass parts. They're just making excuses for them.
Christian, I had so much self-doubt. I judged other people all the time, and I felt overwhelmingly repressed, all in the name of Christ. Now that I no longer believe in that stuff, I have so much self-doubt. I judge other people all the time, and I'm repressed like never before, all in the name
Press like never be okay.
of myself. Christians don't realize how dogmatic and controlling their religion is. Like now, on Sundays, I can do yoga or complain about the no dogs rule at the farmer's market instead of going to the church or feeding the homeless. Ugh.
Because that's exactly what Christians do. There's 2 million 2 billions, 2 millions. There's 2 billion Christians in the world, and they all are giving to the homeless so much. I mean, in America, let's stay in America. 60%, about 60% of the populations are Christian. They give so much to the poor. You know, we have 600,000 homeless people. So much given. Didn't Jesus sell your house and follow me? Give to the poor. So much given. We have so much homeless people. But then again, let's laugh at the jokes. It is so funny, people.
Instead of reading the Bible, I can read quotes on Instagram. And when someone is
Or just normal books that are not fucking crazy. Reading the quotes on Instagram, there's nothing wrong with that. But I guess this is supposed to be funny.
telling me their prayer request, I can freely wait until it's my turn to talk and then make their problem about me. The idea of evangelism is so offensive. To try to convince people that your beliefs are right while their beliefs are wrong is reprehensible. And I
That's not exactly what you're doing. You're doing more. You're telling them they're all going to hell and whatever they've been believing until now, they need to let it go and turn into your religion. Even though if they were being Muslim for their entire life, worshipping a different God for their entire life, you expect them to drop everything to follow Christ because that makes sense. And people like Ray Comfort shows you they actually want you to do it at that moment, at that exact time.
I've now made it my life's mission to convince people of that. I can't believe
How ironic. Now I'm an evangelical. Ex evangelical evangelizing to people. Except you clicked on my video, so I'm not going outside to try to convince people and disturb their life. You click on this video, you did that. I'm not like in front of your door knocking and telling you, hey, your entire life is bullshit. You click on my video, and I'm gonna tell you if you're a Christian or any theist, you believe in fairy tale. I'm not coming to your door to do that. That's not really evangelical. evangelical.
I used to stand on the sidewalk asking people if they wanted to hear the four spiritual laws. How arrogant do you have to be to do that? Sorry, Christians, you don't get to tell people their beliefs are wrong. I do.
What an amazing way to finish it. Oh, you don't tell people to, their religion are wrong, even though their religion are causing harm to other people. You know, I get the right to do that. This doesn't make sense, people. This is supposed to say all story of evangelical deconversion are the same. It's not. It's supposed to make fun of people that are deconverting. It's really not a fun thing to do. It's not like they want to do it. It's them understanding that what if they believe in, and it's a painful experience, which people need to normalize more, not try to make fun of it. But I guess this is funny to some people. Having 469k views, people need to start being skeptical of things that they believe. Being in Christianity for years and not be skeptical of that religion, you're just not thinking. You're just not. It's as simple as that. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys find something fun in this and you are laughing along with the amazing jokes. Thank you all for watching and have a lovely day.